Mike here. Got a question here from David. He asks, how to initiate a relationship breakup and see it through so that both parties move on in the best way possible. Relationships are always tough. So one of the things we have to look at is, why are you in a relationship? Because a relationship is a reflection of us and it helps us grow. And so we have to look at what the needs of being in a relationship are. So once you decide what those needs are, emotional, physical, whether you want to start a family, or you want to have a casual relationship, a serious one, or whatever the terms are, you have to decide what it is that you want out of the relationship. And I invite you to check out my other video, which I'll post below, called Relationship Deal Breakers. And so once you figure out what it is that you want and what your needs are, then you have to decide, if this person that I'm with is not meeting my needs, then why am I staying with them, right? And so you have to look at why it is that you're having difficulty breaking up with somebody if you know they're not meeting your needs. Fear could be a big part of it, right? So let's look at fear. Well, what things can we be afraid of? Perhaps you're afraid of being alone. You feel safer being with somebody. You feel socially more confident when you're with somebody, or maybe being single, or losing somebody gives you a certain negative definition about yourself. Maybe you feel like you don't want to hurt the person, which that goes into a whole other thing of needing approval, because the reason you don't want to hurt a person perhaps is that you don't want them to think badly of you, right? So yes, you don't want a person to be hurt, but is that really the reason, or is there an underlying reason of what it means if you hurt the person, that they will see you in an unfavorable way, right? The other one is the feeling of lack. So maybe you feel like you can't get anybody, or if I lose this person, I'm never going to find anybody that I can be compatible with, which is a whole other belief and idea that you have to explore further and see if that's really true. So those are some of the things, right? So once you decided that this person's not compatible, and yes, you may have some fears, or you're afraid of the uncertainty of losing this partner or having this partner that you're uncomfortable with, and you're still staying with this person despite knowing that they're not right for you, then you have to look at the other aspects, like, am I abandoning myself? Right? Why am I staying with this person that I obviously don't vibe with? And I encourage you to check out my other video, feeling abandoned or betrayed. So those are some of the things we have to consider, right? And then there's a self-love aspect also, because when you love yourself, then you recognize that you got to do what's right for you. That doesn't mean to give up yourself for another person, or do something that you don't want to do, stay in a relationship because you're afraid of what it means about you or the situation if you're not in a relationship. So if you stay with somebody or in a relationship that's really not right for you, then really that's as good as it gets, right? You can't have a situation that can get any better, because you've decided that this relationship is not right, but I'm afraid to move on. So once you decided that you're going to move on, then that's the next step. And I also encourage you to check out my other video about rejection. I'll post that in the link below as well. So once you decided, then you have to sit down with the person and communicate your situation, right? What is it that I need? What it is that I'm not getting out of a relationship, and why we're not compatible anymore. And that could be a difficult thing, especially if you're not used to communicating very well. But I assure you, you got to make the move, because not doing it and staying stuck where you are is the worst feeling in the world. And I know a lot of people who stay together for the wrong reasons, and they're miserable. And they would be better off single or alone or dating somebody else. So from there, depending on the situation, if you're able to communicate and mutually agree that you're incompatible and you should move on, then perhaps you can still remain friends if that's an option that you're both open to. If you're needing to leave the relationship on bad terms, then maybe not, right? Maybe you're gonna have to just say, look, I don't accept the situation the way it is. I don't accept the mistreatment, or I don't agree to having this continue. So whatever agreements you have for a relationship, that is constantly being amended, right? Either you grow together or you sort of grow apart, and so that's something that requires effort on both parties who are in the relationship. So that's pretty much it. Once you decided, then you just got to do it. I don't know how else to put it to you, but it's really looking at what fears are preventing you from making that step. Okay, so just remember that you create your own reality, and so just as well as you create your reality, the other person is creating their reality. So there's no need for you to stay stuck in this limited thinking that if I break up with this person, then somehow hurting the other person or somehow doing something wrong, because you got to do what's right for yourself. That's the bottom line. All right. So if you have any questions, comments, or anything you'd like me to address about this, leave some comments below. All right. Thanks for watching.